Real friendship is something very different. The very first one I keep in my memory with special warmth. Every summer, when I was a kid, I would spend time at my granny's in another town. And there was a neighbor's old dog who could understand me like no one else. His owner, an old lady, couldn't stand our friendship, and whenever she saw us together, she would immediately scream, "I'll kill that dog! I'll throw it under a train!" And I always gave her such a look that she would immediately go to my granny to complain, "Your girl is an awful person. She can kill with her look." Well, yes, I could, but I was merciful. That dog was so wise and understanding, very human in a way, his eyes, I don't know. And spending time with him was the most enjoyable part of staying at my granny's house. So every day after I woke up and quickly ate my breakfast, I would bring something tasty to him. Oh, the joy was almost tangible. And what I also should admit and add, um, what I really loved about also that old little town was the space. Huge, mostly unpaved roads, parks, and I was free to go wherever I wanted. And once I was invited to one girl's birthday who lived on the opposite side of our street, a few minutes away from our house. So I put on my best dress, sandals, took a present, and went out. When I was walking in the middle of that vast road, I saw a huge dog, almost my size, that was kept in thick metal cage, jumping out of that girl's yard and heading straight at me. It was dragging a piece of heavy chain around its neck, so it was making a horrible clinking sound. I had never been in such a state of shock that I couldn't move, and it was clear that I wouldn't have enough time to run home or somewhere else. And all that huge mass with crazy, angry, laser eyes, like a creature from the underworld, were getting closer and closer. And suddenly, like out of nowhere, that old dog jumped in front of me and made such a loud roar that I thought that there was a real tiger before me. I'd never heard anything like that from him before. Immediately, that monster changed its direction and continued to run elsewhere. No, of course, in a moment, drunk neighbors ran out of the yard yelling, "Stop, catch him!" I stood there, be still in a state of shock, when my dear friend turned around and started to happily wag his tail. Now that's a crazy guy. um, Next summer, when I came to the town, he was no longer there. Granny assured me that that old lady hadn't harmed him. He was just old. But he has stayed in my heart forever.